Hello everyone, and welcome once again to my little channel. Okay, I'm just going to do a very quick pan around. You can see what an absolutely beautiful day it is. Once again, well, we've been blessed by the looks of it with some good weather, and fortunate for me, it's on my day off as well. So doubly pleasing. Right, we're going to have a little FPV flight with this. I'm sure most of you recognise it's the Mobula 7HD. So I've got it all set up on the radio. We'll just quickly test it. Yep, there we go. Right, so without further ado, I'm getting my favourite comfy chair and turn on my goggles, and I'm getting a good clear picture, and we'll start recording. It's already recording on the quad itself, so what I like to do is put it into middle rates, and I forget which mode I've got it on, but we'll find out as we go along, shall we? Right, okay, here we go. Hello everyone. Well, as you can see, it's I found it. How can I find something so small in a cleft of woods? It takes a bit of working out, but yeah, I roughly decided where it's gone, and yeah, it didn't stray too far from where I thought it was. Very, very tiny to find. Right, the battery, of course, it's been sitting for the best part of 24 hours. The battery was completely flat. It wasn't even registering on this. So what I've done, I've put it under a NIM charge of 0.01 of an amp, and luckily it's taken. I've built it back up to about 10.4 amps, something like that, and it's now on LiPo HV charge as we speak in it, and it's very nearly done. So the cause of the crash. Now I've got the original video back, I can see that this prop actually fell off in flight, so that was the cause. Very little you can do to control the well, you can't do anything at all to control the flight once the props come off. So let's have a quick look and see what damage we got. It looks as though the flight controller board has dislodged from its mountings. I shouldn't think, I've got some spares somewhere, so hopefully that shouldn't be too much of an issue to repair. But I've tested it with another battery and it's all okay. It's yeah, it's fine. Let's just take that off. I think, yes, of course that bit's not going to come off because it's all part of the that's attached to the camera. I don't think there's any more there. Let's just take that off. Okay, so that part of the board is actually inside there. Okie dokie, right, you can see what's happened here. There's let's come out of this slot there. Okay, not too much of a problem. I'll have a look at this and we'll give it a put it all back together and we'll give it a test flight. Once again, very, very surprised to see this. I'll upload some photographs on how I deciphered which tree to look for in a clump of woods in order to find it. So be back shortly with the Mobula 7 all ready to go again, I hope. Right everyone, so okay, it's now fixed, and I've these pieces here which hold the flight board on, two of them, they were loose, so I've just pressed those back down into position. They seem to be holding rather well. I had some spare props, so I'll switch those over. They're okay now, and just to be sure, I've just tightened up these little screws. They weren't really loose, but just in case they may have come a little bit unhinged during the crash, that's what I've done. I've taken it round in the garden for a little spin. I've also charged the battery. It was reading absolute zero. Don't forget, it's been sitting in the woods for 24 hours. I wasn't expecting to get anything out of it, so what I've done, I've charged it at 0.01 of an amp under NIM setting, and I've slowly built the charge up to 10.4, something like that, and taken over with normal LiPo HV charging, and it seems to have done well. Let's have a look. I think I've got Yep, 12.98. So that's all looking good. So I'll give it a quick test just to show you it's now running okay.
Welcome to Toronto's.
There we go, that's better. That's right. I had the transmitter too near. Okay, so that's all going.
3 minutes.
So when I get 5 minutes, it's back up to the field, and for another decent fly, I hope. What else was I going to say? Oh yes, the piece of footage that actually shows the crash, I had great difficulty. It must have corrupted some of the files. I've managed to pull it off using Ice Cream Recorder. That was the only way I could do it. So that bit of footage I'll chuck into the end video. And what else have I got to say? No, other than that, I think because of the light, this thing is so lightweight, it came away with hardly any other damage at all on it. Thanks to the Mavic Pro, I've identified the tree that I thought it was near. On my first visit trying to retrieve this, I think I must have been about 30 foot out, but once I had a look at the footage from the VX Viper goggles, I produced a series of stills, and believe it or not, I worked out which tree it was likely to be sitting under, and that's how I found it in the end. Indeed, I almost tread on it, but there you go, there it goes. There we go, all ready to fly again. So a good end to this little escapade. Once again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Cheerio.